There you go. Aries, October 2023. Big month. Big month. Um, there's a lot of energy this month for you, Aries. You have a lot of action, assertiveness, and confidence coming your way. Yeah, it's eclipse season. I've spoken about it in every single um, reading. Yep, we have an eclipse on the 14th in Libra, a solar eclipse, and then a lunar eclipse in Taurus on a full moon. New moon for the Libra one, full moon in Taurus, lunar eclipse. Big deal, right? Right? It's a lot of energy flying around. Right? There's a lot of relationship stuff going on for you in October, I gotta say, more than any other sign I've encountered. This is the last one we're doing for this. We went reverse zodiac order this month. We'll start with Aries next month. Um, you got some big, not like decisions, but like a lot of deepening of connections, right? And so whether that's someone new you're encountering, expect that to get very deep very quickly. But if it's a partner you've already been with, there's a lot of like decisions and big kind of like ways to look at the relationship world, right? And Aries is a very independent sign, right? Ultimately, this is how you are. Now, if you're an Aries sun, you'll be expressing that. If you're an Aries moon, you'll be feeling that. If you're an Aries Venus in your love life, you will experience all of the Aryan qualities. Aryan qualities, we don't want to say that. And then if you are a rising, this is how you probably are perceived by others, right? But look at where all your positions are, what houses they fall in, right? Sun rising would be your first, obviously. So the thing is that this month really is about kind of recognizing that in a lot of ways, two can function better than one in relationship. And that's a big shift for you, Aries. And you have to make sure you actually want to do that. But the support and love of another cuts both ways. Like, it's a good thing for both people, right? It's not a double-edged sword. It can be very good for each person if they allow it to be that. And that's a big shift for you, Aries, right? It's not like necessarily the easiest thing for you to deal with. Eclipses, right, often are going to bring pretty significant changes in life events. And Venus is taking the lead in this Libra new moon that we have, that at first eclipse on the solar eclipse. At the same time, this is opposing Saturn, which is the planet of like long arcs of life, discipline, authority, that type of stuff. You'll be extremely cautious kind of with every move that you're going to want to make, which is a little bit of a difference for the moves. Like, you tend to kind of just go for stuff, right? You're the first sign of the zodiac. You like to plow ahead, put your head down, just move. This is not a bad thing, though. Thinking through your moves this month is actually to your advantage. So just embrace that energy. Yes, you're going to have a lot of energy. Yes, you're going to be very assertive, but think things through before you put your head in a direction and plow through, right? So this has probably been some like desire of yours that you've been really thinking about over and over again, and maybe you've put in some work, maybe you haven't. You've thought about that enough, right? Now is the time for action. So that should align with your desire and just like go for it. That is really what it's about. A lot of this month is following your excitement, okay? Just you got to kind of let that happen. And this is really related to, again, that first eclipse in Libra, right? That's what we're talking about. If you've been procrastinating, putting off having a conversation with someone or yourself, don't be surprised if it just kind of comes out that first eclipse in Libra, right? The solar eclipse in Libra, the new moon. That's probably when those things would be coming to fruition. Embrace them, allow that to happen. It's all good in the hood. Let's talk a little bit about the second full moon here in Taurus, the lunar eclipse, or the second eclipse, I should say, the full moon in Taurus. It's also Scorpio season at that point, right? Scorpio season. How does this affect an Aries North Node? Grimm's I found that I resonate with readings that align with my North Node more than any others. Yeah, so I mean, North Node, that was a big shift that just happened, right? For people who don't know, the nodes shifted. That was around July, something like that. So you had the North Node moving into Aries, and I believe the South Node moving into Libra. Is that right? Pretty sure. So North node is like your conscious mind. It's what you're acutely aware of is the direction of your life. Good question. We'll include nodes here. I don't really talk about nodes that much. But this is something that you're going to be very aware of, right? And for Aries, this is like, you know, a lot of how you live your life. There is a lot of like reactivity. There is a lot of kind of reacting to what the conscious mind sees. So just be aware that in October, there is going to be kind of like change, right? Big changes. And before you make those changes, you want to be clear that you can actually like move through them confidently. So taking that time to slow yourself down really is going to be of benefit for you, right? And that may be a little anachronistic, is that the word? To your normal behavior and kind of tendencies, but nevertheless, it is what's recommended. But getting to the second eclipse, right? This is like out of your inner world into the material realm energy. So your action is designed to take some inner experience and have that expressed outwardly, right? So you have to honor that. You have to be aware that there is this relationship between inner and outer, and really work and pay attention to what you're creating inside. What really are your fears driving you? Are your best intentions driving you? Do you know that everything is going to be okay? Or do you secretly think things won't be okay? Are you happy with things? Are you happy with the way things are no matter what they are? That's kind of the self-confidence that you're building up. And it is a purging experience too, especially during the second half of the month, really the last week, because Scorpio season. But you have Mercury moving into Scorpio, Mars is moving into Scorpio, Pluto's going direct, and then the sun moving into Scorpio. It's a lot of scorpionic energy. This is a lot of purging, death, transformation, rebirth energy, transformation. This is like, that's what the key words are. So there will be this process of kind of realizations, and sometimes it can feel like it's actually like physically tugging at us energetically. And that can be difficult to deal with, but nevertheless, it is a process that needs to be gone through. You're probably not unfamiliar with it, so allow that to kind of, happen. So we're going to do a Celtic cross 10-card spread. I'll explain what each card represents, and then we'll do 3 threads of fate and 3 animal oracle. These have been turning up to be about 20 minutes or so, around there. I think I like this format. It's good. I think also for when we're doing sun, rising, moon, and Venus, you don't want to get too caught up in all of the planetary movements, because it's going to vary depending on where those placements are for you. So I think doing this makes a lot of sense, and we'll see if we'll keep this. I'll have a better visual presentation. The phone won't be right in front of my face. I just got this, but all right, present situation, Aries. What you got going on in October? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. So, right, this is a journey from inner to outer. This is a material, physical path that you're going to be embarking on. Make sure that that is serving some emotional component to your being. Make sure it's serving some purpose that you genuinely care about, and isn't just a momentary or fleeting satisfaction, like scratching an itch just to like get it over with. Think things through, right? That's the goal here with Ace of Pentacles, right? It does indicate a new path, again, in the realm of materiality, certainly. And you just want to make sure that you're taking the time to plan things through. Okay. That keeps coming through pretty clearly. Stars and cards. Challenge here is to actually let things go. Keep things moving with the 8 of Cups there, right? Are you able to emotionally move away from a situation when it's time to move away from it? Huh? I need to say it again. Are you ready to move away from a situation when you know it's time to move away from it? Sometimes no. Sometimes that takes a process. That's one of those situations you think about, and when you get the answer, you kind of move right to it. You know what I mean? So don't delay in those types of situations. It can be difficult, but it is necessary. And if you recognize that, like, why that is, that's pretty important too. Okay? So don't forget that. Past, Queen of Swords. So you've probably been pretty good at recognizing when and why it is time to do something. And that has served you quite well, Aries, right? You can make decisions quickly. You can see the emotional validity to them, but more importantly, you see kind of the logical, analytical reasons things should be done, and you move through confidently. This is not a bad card by any means. There is change that comes with that. And, maybe reviewing some aspects of that and seeing where it's been particularly effective is going to be a very positive thing for you to maybe, especially Scorpio season. Scorpio season probably makes a lot of sense to do it there. Your future, what does it hold? Same card that Taurus got in this position just a reading ago, 8 of Swords. So you might be making things a little bit too hard on yourself in terms of transition, but really it's probably the overcoming of that and seeing how you were self-limiting in some way, especially in the realm of relationships. That's really coming through pretty clearly here. Just make sure that you aren't self-limiting. You're not going to. Again, future does not imply time or duration, so it's not going to happen at this point and last that long, or it's not going to happen at this point and last that long, or short. It just means an energy you can expect to experience. And that is kind of like a self-realization, like, okay, it's time to take off the blindfolds. It's time to unbind myself and move forward confidently, no matter what the situation looks like. If I know this is the right move, I don't need a sign saying this is the right move for me to make. I internally make that shift and then I walk through it confidently, right? So that's a very positive shift in terms of an energy you can expect to come up. Maybe some weirdness in terms of collaboration on your conscious mind. Maybe you're not seeing how you can fit together with other people around you. Could particularly be for career or project-based things, work. This is not it's not a bad thing. It's just, you probably aren't seeing quite clearly how you come together with others. On the flip side, maybe you were working on a project with people and it just didn't come to fruition. That's fine. There's a delicate balance of energies that comes together with any joint or group effort, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. That's your conscious mind. Let's see what the generator is saying. 7 of Wands here. It may be time to give up a position of like trying to fight constantly to justify yourself to yourself or to other people, right? Allowing things to kind of happen and flow and not resisting change is going to lead to a lot more opportunity and kind of fulfillment and satisfaction for you. One thing is like, if there's a feeling of like you lost or you let go or it's not happening for you, that can drive a lot of behavior. Just be aware that that's not really accurate most of the time. These experiences you're getting, you're aligning with, and they're serving you in some way. Please try to recognize that. Ultimately, underneath all of our outward external experience is a love, an unconditional love that we have for ourselves that is an aspect of divine love or unconditional love, right? That is what generates all experience, right? Even if the experience is terrible and horrible and it seems, oh my God, how could I do this? There is something gently holding you there. It's you, but, just recognize that aspect. Page of Wands. Okay, advice card. You might not be getting the spiritual significance of this all of the time, right? It may not be abundantly clear why you go through certain experiences and how they serve you on a spiritual way, right? But I will say following your passions and your excitement is a huge part of what you need to do to reach that level of awareness, right? Shying away from things that you are genuinely interested in is not going to serve you well. So please take the time to follow what it is you love or are interested in, right? Please don't neglect that. Even if you don't have a lot of time for things and there's a lot of other stuff going on, ultimately don't sacrifice what you care about and what you truly love for something else in your life. That's not going to work out. And that's your advice there. External situation, the Lover's reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of like upsy daisy, whoopsie daisy energy here in your external life. That's okay. It doesn't always have to be perfectly balanced, but this is a time and an opportunity, if you so choose, to deepen emotional connections and bonds with people who are in your life, right? Who you love. Usually intimate partners and spouses and things like that. But listen, it's up to you. These are decisions that you get to make. Ultimately, it is not something that's forced upon you, but externally it may seem that things are a little bit, chaotic or whatever, but that's a wonderful opportunity for kind of like bonding with someone in a really positive way. And if you're single and that hasn't happened and things aren't feeling like totally aligned, remember, assertiveness and confidence are how you go about this month, right? Get out there, meet things, be yourself, go do things you're excited in, see how that kind of maybe shifts for you, okay? Hopes and fears, victory or no victory, 6 of Wands, right? So Is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out? You hope to God it works out. Please work out. Please know that it does. Please believe that it does, because that's actually how these things work. Your fear is, oh my God, it's not going to work out. This thing I've been working for, this thing I've been expecting. Oh, geez. Is it coming? Is it coming? It is for your growth either way. Recognize that you can absolutely attune to the level of reality where it absolutely works out. This isn't something you have to shy away from. This isn't something you need to run away from. Just allow it to be. Again, remember, there is that source of unconditional love kind of slowly but surely, sometimes, not always slowly, sometimes fastly. Fastly? I don't know about that. But it is serving you up a positive experience. So recognize that you can certainly lean towards the expectant state of mind. It does not have to be, oh, will it happen? Outcome. Wheel of Fortune. It is a very positive month for you. We do see Anubis here, right, under the wheel. And that really does imply that there is a lot of shadow material coming up, especially towards the last week of the month, we'll say, when everything is in its Scorpio position and Pluto's direct. Purge, let it go, surrender, right? You need to let things go so they can be processed internally and then expressed externally, right? That's the process for how things work. You don't have to try too hard, Aries. If you're bringing your honest, authentic self to these situations, you will be okay. You will be more than okay, and the wheel is on your side. Fortune, good luck, whatever you want to call it, auspiciousness, it is on your side, right? We're not getting this reverse. We're getting it upright. So just remember that, like, yes, sometimes you have to process stuff, but that is a prereq for being reborn, for a rebirth to take place. Do you understand? It's just the way it works. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to hide from. I think you got a really good month, Aries. Just do your shit. Be yourself. Take some action. Definitely don't shy away from action. Plan your action. Plan your action. Then take it. Threads of Fate. Shadow. This is what I'm talking about, though. Definitely some shadowy stuff. You know what to do with the shadow. Look at it. Integrate it. Love it. Don't pretend it's not there. The Pillar, and it is about building a very strong foundation that you carry with you, not only in October, not only in November and December, but all of 2024 at least. Like, there's a lot of really positive stuff. And again, this is inner transformation being externally implemented. This is bringing this into your world. Realizations, confirmations, beliefs, desires showing up, and self-love. This is what I'm talking about too, right? That unconditional love. Please tap into it and recognize that it is a huge driving force for your reality, right? Let it shine through. Let it guide your decisions as well. Love to see it. Animal Oracle. But yeah, you got a good one, Aries. It's good stuff. Time to let go. Again, Scorpio season. Got to let that purge and surrender happen. You know what I mean? 31 card. Groundhog Spirit. You know what I mean? You got to let go. Starfish Spirit, open to the infinite possibility. Number 59 card. There is just like a huge spectrum of anything that can take place. Of course, at any time, but like there are portals and windows to that where it's easier to walk through them. That Wheel of Fortune really points to October being one of these months for you, Aries, right? You're actually able to walk through these infinite doors of awareness and feeling and experience. So allow yourself to do that, right? To make that decision. And then believe in yourself. Squirrel Spirit, number 57 card, right? You got to know that you can do it. You got to know that this is possible. You have to know in many ways that it's inevitable for it actually to shine through and take place, right? Good reading, guys. I mean, Aries, you got this. Listen, eclipse season is eclipse season. No one's going to tell you there's not going to be shadow stuff coming up. No one's going to tell you there's not going to be kind of turbulence at times. But it's how you relate to it, how you approach it, how you allow things to show you what's actually going on and how it's for your benefit. That's what it's about. It's not about, ruining a good time or having a difficult situation be the dominant kind of theme of what's going on. So you got this, right? Assertiveness and confidence. Those are your key words for October. Think about your action, plan your action, take that action. Aries, you're good at that. It's not something you need to be told over and over again. So you get it. All right, that's it. Patrons, there will be the folder coming up. I have to upload them. They'll be up in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how long it takes to upload them all. But they will be there. Stay tuned for that. Good month, guys. I'll see you in November.